So what's up you guys? This is the first video I'm going to make in English. My native language is German, so if I make any grammar mistakes, please bear with me. And this channel is dedicated to the Europa Park. And in this video we're going to have a look at the hidden gems of the Europa Park, things that often go unnoticed when you first visit the park. If you're here to learn about the roller coasters, this is not the place to be, because I guess you can find out about the roller coasters on so many other channels and web pages. This is about the things that only few people will tell you about the Europa Park, so let's get right to it. So now our first stop on this little tour is this well-hidden chapel somewhere in a Dutch-themed area of the park, and I guess you would not expect to find this in a theme park, would you? And something that is even more obscure is there's even a cemetery right next to the chapel. But this is not the only church that can be found in the park. The most prominent one is probably the one in the Scandinavian themed area, and also outside of the park in one of the hotels you can find another little chapel, and this chapel is dedicated to the owner family, the family Mack. And one of the places that only few people come to visit is the Sherlock Holmes Lounge, which is located behind the restaurant The Three Piglets. And if you want to spend some time on your own, if you're sick of all the hustle and bustle, this is a place to be, because chances are you're not going to meet anybody else here. And now let's go back to the German themed area, which is right next to the entrance. And what you can find here is the Schatzkammer, as we call it in German. In English that would be the treasury. And here you can get some insights on what is to come in the following years, some of the novelties that are likely to be built in the future. And also in the German themed area of the park you can find some pieces of the Berlin Wall, so that you can learn something about the history of Germany. And now let's move on to Switzerland. If you ever wondered what life is like in Switzerland, how Swiss families reside, this is the place to find out. If you enter this old wooden house, you will see how pretty much all families in Switzerland live like, and well, no, I'm just kidding. This is just a stereotypical family. And behind this giant sphere you can find one of the relics of the past, because one of the trains of the original Irosat, which is by far the greatest roller coaster the Europa Park ever had, is displayed right here. And as some of you may know, the roller coaster was abandoned in 2017, unfortunately. Well, I guess covered wooden bridges are something typically American or Canadian, at least from what I've seen in American movies. These things can be found pretty much anywhere in America. In Germany it's a little different. You don't find these bridges so often, except for the Europa Park. Here you can find loads of them. Oh, and here's the legend. It's the Fisher from Scandinavia. If you ever come by this part of the park, you may want to stop and take a listen to what he has to tell you. If you're into the 1980s, and also if you like arcades, you may want to stop by here, somewhere hidden in the French-themed area, because this is one of the places where you can kind of revel in the past a little bit. And also this is one of the places you won't come across too many people, because this is one of the secret places. And something else quite interesting is this little steam engine, which has been in the park since the very beginning, and you may want to stop by here and give this locomotive a visit, because it's quite nice, isn't it? Well, if you take a walk through the park, you may come across this house, and maybe you will wonder, why the heck is there a single family house right in the center of the park? And the answer is, this is where the owner used to live in the early days of the park. So this is it with the very first video on this channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.